Howdy y'all, thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of Aeon's End Southern Village, an expansion for Aeon's End, really an expansion for Aeon's End, any big box game, but mostly it's targeting towards Aeon's End Outcasts. So I said this is an unboxing, but really what had happened, if you look at one of my earlier videos, we Kickstartered Aeon's End Outcasts, and it just sent us the expansions with it. And if you watch that video, you're gonna see some of this stuff already because I didn't realize until partway through the video that some of the stuff was the stuff from the expansion. I should have caught on to that. I did not. But we'll go back over all that stuff. This is more so that if you did not see that video and you just wanna know what was in Southern Village, we're gonna get into that then. But as I said, this is an expansion for anything that's Aeon's End, as long as it's a big box Aeon's End, which means a core set. So Aeon's End is a deck building game. It is for 1 to 4 players for ages 14 plus. It takes about 60 minutes to play. And like I said, unfortunately, sorry that this was just sent in the Kickstarter like this, but I kind of went to the back and kind of read everything that comes with it and made sure I grabbed stuff. I may have missed a thing here or there, but for the most part, I got everything that it mentioned and what I could find on Board Game Geek saying that came with it. All right, so let's take a look at that. So right off the bat, we got some punch outs here, some cardboard punch outs. We got some flames. This has to do with one of the bad guys that is in this set. Now, I'm not sure why they sent these, but I'm sure it has something to do with this. Oh, actually, I know what this is gonna be. I'm assuming I think I know what this is gonna be. We'll get to that when I look at the thing here later. And then it's got these little things, which I did notice something on the back of this. So I don't know if it is a reprint. I'll try to zoom in on this print, or I'll try to zoom in on this. But I notice it shows there on the oval one, it says 12, and on the pentagon, it shows 7. I noticed on the punch outs, those numbers are switched. Probably just a misprint on the picture. I'm hoping these are right, but that is something I noticed just when I was pulling these things for y'all. Another thing that comes in is this little board. It looks like it kind of goes around into Gravehold, which if you played the game before, you know Gravehold is what you're protecting. And it's got the little flames, and on there I noticed it's got little flames going around. I'm assuming these are the flames burning towards Gravehold. You got to stop them. It's got ignition points. That's just my guess by looking at the way it's got it on the back of the box there. But then I noticed it's got those 7 and 12, so I guess that's what I got to look into and find out about. But yep, it comes with this little mini board. All right, then it comes with 1 Nemesis and 2 heroes, which I went over these Nemesis and heroes in that other video, but we're gonna go through it for this video. So we got the new Nemesis, Burning Core. It's got his Unleash on here, his increased difficulty, and his additional rules. Then we got his setup and the little mini story of somebody talking about Burning Core and everything going on. Looks like the person talking about it is Kel here in this case. But yep. And then we have 2 new Breach Mages. We have Ref, and just like on the typical Breach Mage, you're gonna see it's got their open breach number 1, which is usually always open. I think I've only seen one in one of the other expansions that did not have a open breach starting out. Shows you how the other breaches begin. And then I noticed also that this token, and it looks different up here, is a different breach that is unique to this character. And you can see that here as I went ahead and pulled it, and it starts out in this position and lets you know everything on that one. All right, then it shows her starting hand, her starting deck, and her special ability. Says activate during your main phase, reveal your deck, place up to 2 spells with the same name from your deck into your hand, and up to 2 spells with the same name from your discard into your hand. Return your deck in the same order. Pretty cool. It's got her complexity rating here, and then it talks about how her breach works and the special unique rules for her on the back here, and then little story and background for her. And then the second mage that comes in this is Lucian, and We notice he starts with his one already open, and then I noticed he has all 3 of his other breaches are unique and different. I think they all do the same thing, I'm assuming. Up, they're all different. So give you kind of a look at all the different breaches there. And then it tells you his starting hand, his starting deck, and then it lets you know that the back gives you special instructions. I did notice that, forgot to mention that on the other one. And then it says, magnetism activate during your casting phase, open all your breaches, prep any number of spells in hand to your open breaches. And that's when you fill these up. His complexity rating is 7. It's got his additional rules right there. And then it gives you his background / story. All right. Other than that, all we got next is the cards. And just to let you know, these are standard sized cards. If you have not played this game and you're wondering and you want to sleeve it up, it is going to be the size 88 by 63. Looks like about 100 cards here. Or you could just look at any big box store or any of your LGSs for just standard Magic / Pokemon size sleeves. I like these clear matte non-glares. They have a nice frosted look on the back and then clear front. I just like these for the basic cards that you're going to play with. And then what I like to do for the next step is I like to get the same things here, but I get the clear reds and clear blues. The blues I just use for the randomizers, just so they stick out and you can make sure they don't get mixed up in anything. But I really like the clear reds just for the Nemesis cards, so that you can make sure those are Nemesis cards, here's your normal cards for all the players and whatnot. All right, we will tear into these cards now. Looks like we start off right off the bat with just the player cards. So right off the bat, we have a new gem here, Quickening Katit. And there should be 7 of these since it's a gem. Then we have Jeweled Europe. There should be 7 of these because it's a gem also. Then we got a relic, Cat's Eye. And there should be 5 of these. Volt Replicator. It's a relic also, so there should be 5 of these. Energized Conduit. It's a relic, so there should be 5 of these. Flame Jab as a spell. 5 of those. Gathering Winds. Should be 5 of those as a spell. Cinder Shower. Should be 5 of those as a spell. All right. So it looks like this one adds a ton of different cards for the supply, whereas the previous expansion to Outcasts, man, it just had a lot of Nemesis cards added to it. But we got another spell here, Reaper's Flame. And man, I just noticed one of these cards, of course, once again, the sleeve won't be so bad, just had a little bit of a bit in there. Erasure of Mind, another spell. And I know I'm not reading through these, but I am trying to hold up long enough to where you can pause and look at it as a new card if it is. If it's something that you want to add to your deck or not. All right, so this is Lucian's unique card. This starts in your deck and it's a unique card that only he would start with. And you have the Sun Shard. And then we have Rhett's unique card, the Fossilized Rose. I have not got to play with these yet because I played the Legacy. I have not played the New Age or Outcast. That's one of the things I was looking forward to with this thing when I got the Kickstarter. And it's the treasures. I'm assuming these are cards because of the way they're gems and whatnot, that they are treasure cards that you're going to receive and be able to add to your deck. In this case, we have Inko's Spreading Emerald, Lost Forged Crystal. And I'm assuming these are just, I'm not sure what these are since I haven't done the treasures, but I noticed it says a treasure thing. It looks like it's some type of treasure thing that basically looks like it comes into effect like an effect that'll happen every time. Like in this case, it says at the start of the game, set this next to the supply pile that costs 7 or more. When a player gains a card from that supply pile, that player gains 2 life. So it looks like maybe since these are expeditions that you go on, like an adventure, these things are things that carry over. So that'd be cool. And we got Ashen Rib, Massacre Helm, Cloak of Wisdom. And this says the Burning Core player aid movement rules. So they got one for each player. And then it's got the damage rules for that instance. Okay. And then we have some more reminders here. Ember Reminder. Then we have the Burning Core. And there should be 3 of these for each level for the Nemesis. So we have Voracious Ember, Quickened Flame, and Obscuring Smog. Then we have Blazing Ember, Smother, and All-Consuming Flame. Then we have his level 3s, which are Ember Lord, Endless Immolation, and Spontaneous Combustion. And this is something I noticed. I hope there's a way to get a hold of these. It's basically a way if you randomize which characters you're gonna play. Normally we just mix up the player aid or the player card and deal it out. I hope there's a way to get a hold of all these. And that way you can just randomize with cards. So this is something I'd probably end up putting in the blue. And then I guess this is just another way of randomizing which bad guy you're going against. And we got the Burning Core here and his randomized card. It lets you know what power level he is. And then the rest of these are just the randomizers, and I'll go through each of them, but it's just the randomizers for each card that we already saw in here. So that if you're not playing through the expedition, you just want to add this in and randomize what cards are in the supply. All right, so we'll get this to the table and check it out. It is one of the few co-op games that I really do enjoy a lot. I also enjoy deck building games in general, so it's one of the ones that I will enjoy and need to get this to the table a lot more. And we'll try to get those on video. If you liked what you saw here, make sure to click like, but also make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll know when I do other videos if you like what you saw here. Other than that, thank you for watching and have a great day.